Hello again, everybody. I'm Butch Stearns of the Pulse Network. We're here at the Harvard Club for our two-day event, the HealthIT Insight 2012. And I'm here with Steve Wardell from Activate Networks. Steve, how you doing?
Very good, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Talk about Activate Networks. Talk about what you do, what your business model is with it.
Activate Networks is a social network analytics company in healthcare. That's new. So today, it's possible to actually map the real-world social networks of physicians and patients and use that to improve care or cut costs. In fact, in the U.S. healthcare system, almost all the costs and all the choices are driven by physician decisions. So being able to influence those physicians, to encourage them to adopt checklists in surgery, to encourage them to adopt quality measures, to, if you're a hospital, to win more of their referral business, is incredibly important in healthcare.
Well, and also, I'll just give you my opinion and tell me if you agree with it. I think your company is in a great situation because whatever American healthcare is in the United States, it certainly can be more efficient because as much as we brag here in New England about how we have the greatest doctors in the world, it's certainly the most expensive healthcare in the world also, isn't it?
It is expensive, and there are a lot of opportunities to use existing patterns of social influence to get that cost down, to get adherence up, to get people healthier. So with, say, a wellness program, it's hard to change your lifestyle, it's hard to walk more, but if a wellness company markets to the most influential people in the community and they walk more and they get their friends to walk more, that'll be a more effective program than if they market to everyone equally. And as an example.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And with physicians also, hospitals and health plans would like to know who are the most influential physicians. So a health plan may have a program to switch from generic to brand, from brand to generic drugs when the quality is equal. But they find it very expensive and difficult to get that message out to physicians. If they can get that message out to the most influential physicians, then those physicians will actually influence their peers out to 3 degrees of separation. Those physicians will influence their friends, friends, friends with their decisions.
So when you're talking to clients or potential clients and you're talking about data and analytics based around social, around the medical industry, do you get any resistance? Do some physicians, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but do some feel like, well, no, I can't position myself to be better or different than anybody else. I am a thought leader, but the way our industry is, we're not rock stars. Or do you get the opposite, that they want to be rock stars? They want to be the most highest paid player like a professional athlete does. Do you?
It's a good question. So this is new. This is a new science. There's new kinds of data out there that are being collected.
Yeah.
And in the past, it was all about individual attributes. So someone was a leader because they went to a prestigious medical school, for example, or they were a leader because they'd held a certain position. But we can actually tell, based on physicians' actual behavior, that people are leaders because they have 9 strong ties who are also influential, for example. They're highly influential. Most people we've reviewed this with have found this absolutely fascinating, and they see all sorts of interesting, innovative things they could do with this kind of information.
Right, and I find that what you just said is a key. It's what social is all about. The best endorsement you can get, and again, what social is all about is people seeing those conversations online. But if you're a physician and you're getting endorsements from other prominent physicians, that would lead me to be confident about that physician or that provider or that group.
Yeah, you're right. That's a product we've looked into, which would be simply giving a ranking to potentially every physician in America, and so people would, today, a consumer, a patient, can go online and find out things about patients like. About physicians, like, was this physician reviewed well by the 7 people who reviewed this physician online? Or is this physician board certified? Or are there complaints against this physician, et cetera? But we could potentially show rankings of this physician is highly influential in your area. Let's say that it's a cardiovascular surgeon. This surgeon is highly influential among other similar surgeons in the area. With lots of strong ties, and this can't be faked. This is based on the real behavior of real physicians over long periods of time. And so this is another data point that I think that patients would find very fascinating. They might look for connectivity and centrality and influence in the physicians who they work with.
So HealthIT, this particular event over 2 days, you were here both days. You ended it moderating a panel with Dr. Marty Cohn with IBM, John Moore with Chilmark Research, and Steve Levin from Conant. What came out of that panel that maybe reinforced some things that you believe or that surprised you?
Well, I think there was some great hope actually that came out of there. People who have been in healthcare IT for a long time have found that it tends to move slowly, and there was a lot of hope that we're seeing major drivers in healthcare and society that are coming to bear, transforming the healthcare system, and there's a hope for a better healthcare system. That was exciting. It was also interesting to hear how possibilities for growth in the future that this is opening up for innovators in healthcare.
Right. Final question. You have an event of your own coming up that is pretty special to you.
Yes, the HealthIT Networks Summit, Harness the Power of Your Customer and Employee Social Networks, is coming up Tuesday, May 8th at the Charles Hotel, 2012 here in Boston.
Good luck with your event, and thanks for being a part of ours, Steve.
Thank you.
Okay, Steve Wardell from HealthIT Networks. It's all part of our coverage of Health IT Insight 2012.